What's up, everybody? It's your boy JD here, and I wanted to go back a little bit, back to the day, retro consoles. This, ladies and gentlemen, is a Sega Dreamcast. Some of us might know what this is, but a lot of us young ones may not know what it is. This is the last console that Sega created before they decided to stop making consoles. Now, as you can see, there is the Sega Dreamcast and an AV cable, yellow, right, red. Now, if you appreciate and you cherish the quality that you can get out of a Dreamcast, which is 480p, then using this right here is a no-no. You should slap yourself for even using yellow, right, red for any console. It's just terrible. Everything is muffled and muddy and ugly. So there's other solutions to getting a better quality picture for your Dreamcast. Now, what I recommend you get is a VGA box, because VGA boxes will allow you to get the best quality out of your Dreamcast up to 480p. A majority of games support this. There's like maybe one or two games that no one even cares about that doesn't work, so no worries there. This particular VGA box is called the Curo. This one, I believe, was I bought this about what, 40, 50 bucks about 2 years ago. And this thing is a champ. It gets things done. As you can see, the import or the input is VGA. Then you have your white and red for your audio. Then you have the input for the Sega Dreamcast that you put in the back. And the other stuff you hook up to a monitor or a TV if it supports that. But the quality difference is absolutely amazing. Now, I don't have the link on the top of my head right now if you're interested in purchasing something like this. Any VGA box should work, but double check the reviews to check the quality and whatnot. But this works very well. I'm very happy with the purchase that I made quite a long time ago, so it works very well. Let's go ahead and take a look at the comparisons. I use Sonic Adventure just to kind of show you what the differences are. So let's do this. Alright, so here's the startup screen AV with the Dreamcast. And it doesn't look too bad from there. But you can kind of tell right from the jump the Sega startup sign. All the games start up this way. And it looks pretty blurry, kind of like the colors aren't really vibrant. So let me go ahead and show you the VGA version of this. Alright, now the startup screen starting up a little bit later on the VGA because I have a lot of adapters running right now. As you can see, it's a little bit more clear. You see the black's a little bit darker. If you take another look at the Dreamcast startup for the Dreamcast logo and the Sega logo, you can actually see the AV is actually a little bit brighter in the whites, but I think the colors are bolder and a little bit darker on the VGA version. Alright, so this is the AV version of Sonic Adventure, the title screen. So you can tell, look at the bottom, the blacks, how blurry that looks. Even the top, Sonic Team Presents logo on the top. You can't even see that. It's hard to see. You see what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and check the VGA version. Now here's the VGA version of Sonic Adventure's title screen. It's much more clear on the bottom. You can actually see the icon. I can see Sonic Team on the top. You can see it. It's just better. It's clearer. The colors are more vibrant. You can see it. Now I'm just going to show you the first level just so you can see the difference there. Alright, and there's a few more things to see, like the stage logo here before you actually get into the stage. This is the AV version, and I don't know if you can really see the difference here. It's just something else I wanted to throw in there to see if you can see the difference. Anything you do see, and if you have any questions, by the way, go ahead and leave a comment down below. But this is the AV version of the first stage of Sonic Adventure on the Dreamcast. And I mean, just look at it. It's like everything is kind of blurry. The floorboards, everything's just blurry. Now, that's not to say that this game is perfect, which is not. As I'm growing older and I have a higher tolerance of quality in games, I start to notice like what is going on with the game. Like, you see all this crazy pop-in, you know, that's not acceptable now in the year 2015. Pop-in would be like, what the heck? But if I'm not mistaken, this game was highly praised when this first came out on the Sega Dreamcast, and I screwed up here, I think. Anyways, there's parts where I was kind of screwed up on this level, but I still beat it fairly quickly. And I just want to see if you guys can see the difference. The well part always gets me. That's what catches you. That's what grabs you to play this game even further. This well part of the stage. That's kind of cool. I mean, you have to admit, the fact that the Dreamcast could do something like that back in the day is very impressive. It's just sad to see that Dreamcast and Sega is just like they're done with consoles. And that whole rumor with the Dreamcast 2 becoming a thing, which is fake in my opinion, because look at where Sega is now. Sega used to kick ass in the console business. Not to say they beat Nintendo, but they gave them a run for their money. You have to admit that. Sega Genesis, they had something going on there. But then they slipped really hard with the 32X. And then the Sega Saturn, they just stopped supporting it. Not to mention it was kind of like the PS3 in terms of being hard to program games for that thing. I mean, if you can get started on that, which I do, you can really see a lot of good quality on that. And near perfect arcade ports is on the Sega Saturn, man. So you have to give Capcom and all those fighting companies, those developers, props, because they really worked hard to make that stuff work out on the Sega Saturn. And then just to have people say, well, we're not going to support the Saturn, that's not our future, Dreamcast is our future. And it all came out in 1999, and it did fairly well, but it was bad timing for the Dreamcast. There was no third-party support, so Sega pretty much was in the same boat as Nintendo, where they're at now in terms of no third-party support. I mean, they just got Minecraft for God's sake. It's 2015, about to go to 2016, and one of the very few third-party games I got was Minecraft, and that came out years ago. So it is what it is. This is the AV version. I'm going to switch over to the VGA version of this stage.
Yeah, not bad.
This is the VGA version of the same stage. And you can see the blue and the icon, this logo here, much more vibrant. It's darker. It's bolder. I like that. And just look at this. You can see everything clearly. It's not all blurry and muffled and muddy. And I think I tried a little bit harder on the VGA version. Now, in terms of VGA, like I showed you, I have the Kuro. Now, that's connected to my Dreamcast, but then I have the VGA cable hooked up to a VGA to HDMI converter. So what that does, it allows me to give you this footage through my computer so I can show it to you. That was one of the reasons why I bought this VGA to HDMI adapter, which I'm going to have a review for that probably in the next week or so. But I really like to break it in first before I say anything, because a week, heck, even a month from now, this VGA adapter could just fail. It can stop working. But so far, I haven't had any issues. Now the VGA box, the VGA box is pushing 480p through the Dreamcast. Then I have that going through an upscaler, which I mentioned earlier, which I have that running at 720p. Now remember, just because you set it to 720 or 1080p does not mean you're gonna get that signal from the Dreamcast. You're just cleaning it up a little bit, and it just allows you to do a little bit more with it. So let's take a look at the reds and the blues, the greens. I even pay attention to the ground and the floors and stuff like that, but you can see that it's more detailed because it's just outputting it at 480p, and I have the converter's just doing a much better job. So the converter itself, the upscaler that I have that has my Kuro connected to that box, that was $30. That was not expensive at all. And I thought I was gonna have some issues with it right out of the box, but no, I just plugged it in, it just worked. I set it to 720, it was already there, and it's just working. Now, I know the screen is not exactly 100% centered, but that's a very small thing. I'm not concerned that it's not 100% centered. You still see everything, and it's in a smaller box, so you still see 100% of the screen. Just, the right side is probably the... I'm so all over the place, and I'm sorry, I need to slow down. Sonic moves fast, but you can't talk too fast, else no one can understand you. But anyways, you can tell that the screen is shifted a little bit to the left. And like I said, that's a small thing. It's not a big deal to me. And hopefully if you like this detail, this level of color and depth, hopefully that's not a big thing to you either. But to pop in is a concern, but there's nothing you can really do about that. But the stage is pretty much over, and I was just collecting 200 rings so I get an extra life. It's not like it mattered because I didn't have enough space on my memory card to actually save the progress, but I'm pretty sure I have a saved state somewhere of Sonic Adventure in one of those memory cards I have. But that's pretty much showing you the differences here, and it's, as you can see, it's like, wow, a big difference. You can really see what's happening in the actual game and the quality detail and stuff like that. If you take a look at the logos for the stages, you can see that the AV is actually a little bit closer and the VGA is actually stretched out a little bit. But again, if you take a look at the actual gameplay, you will see how much more sharper VGA is compared to AV. I just want to give a quick shout out to Adam Koralik. I'll leave a link in the description down below, but he also does videos on gameplay, video quality, how to clean up systems. Wonderful channel, check him out. But go ahead and finish it up. Alright, so long story short, if you want to get the best video quality for your Dreamcast, get a VGA box. That's the best way you can get it. Now, like I said, check reviews and check prices. My VGA box cost me between 40-50 bucks, bought it about 2 years ago. I had it ordered from like the Middle East. Like that's where my box came from because it was custom built. So that's one of the reasons why it costs so much. But it works very, very well. And then I had to get a converter just so I could record the footage. That's why I haven't made a video from the Dreamcast, because I didn't want to upload garbage and muddy, nasty stuff. So yeah, it can be expensive. So I warn you now. And then on top of that, you got to have a TV that supports VGA. Oh, the TV in my front room supports VGA, but my TV in my room, the Samsung, does not. So I had to get an upscaler to even think about using VGA on my television or my monitors. So it is what it is there, let alone recording the footage. So yeah, I'll have a review of the upscaler, just to let you know how I think about that, which so far so good, no problems, but that's another thing, it's a whole nother video. And yeah, that's it. I just wanted to make a quick video about the differences between VGA and AV. Get rid of AV if you can. Get SCART, HDMI component, anything but AV. Don't do it. It's bad. It's terrible. So anyways, thanks for watching. You know what to do. Leave a comment in the comment section below. Give me a thumbs up if you like the video. If not, it's okay. Thumbs down. And go ahead and subscribe for more videos. And I'll talk to you later. Peace.